Let's do this quick. 4, 1, 1, 4. See the bat in between, the design between here and my hands, right? You see it? Let me move the camera in the center. Okay, you see it? When I flip it upside down, right, it is the M, or it is the same sign as the, right? It holds 2 eggs in it, right? The Super Bowl sign for the NFL, it holds 2 eggs, one on each side. One that gets born into the incubator for life, while you come down to this planet and play the game while they poke you and pick you, and they call it acupuncture. They had to give you exactly what your mind was brought to do on this planet. They didn't tell you the whole story, but they did tell you the whole story, but they confused you so much, and through Matrix, your confusion is actually an actuality. So if you go as so, you can look at one picture, but this reality is like this. 1, 1, 4, 4, right? 1, 1, 4, 4. The best way you can put this is this way. This is the design. I don't even want to say anything, right? It's this way or this way. When you have somebody's high five, right? It's 4 and 4. It's 1, 4, 4, 1. 1 thumb for 4 fingers, 4 fingers for 1 thumb. It's never a high five. You're putting up 5. But when you slap the other person's hand, you're slapping the person's on this side. His face is going this way. Your face is going this way. If it's a 10, you're face to face, and that's a high 10. Otherwise, it's a high 8. 8 and 10, JH, Jewish heaven, Jack heaven. Jewish is actually just saying, I want to wish. Je in French is I, and wish, I want to wish. And in French, they say, je crois, right? But that's not Jewish. That's je crois, and that means I cross. But I cross what? Je crois actually in French says, I believe. Jewish, I believe. Jewish, I am, I have, I go, and I know, and I believe. Because also, je sais or Jesus is saying Jesus or je, which is I. Je also says game. It's also juice, which is the energy or vitamin C of creation for life. Creatine for life. Teen, tiny, teen, 44, area space. 44 stands for an area space. Now, I don't know if I have it in one of my next videos or if I did it in one of my last videos. I'm looking back. Right, it was over here in this video here. I'm going to douse the light a little bit. I'm going to bring down the light. And it was right here. 1 cent all the way, 41 cents. Then we have 616, 6 times 1, 6 plus 1, 7 and 6, 7 and 6 on both sides. 6 times 6 is 36, plus 13 equals 49, the gateway. Or 12 equals to 48. Pluto is the gateway of 1. We always have to add 1 or 2 on later because it's the gateway. I like to do it that way, or I can do it the same way, but I have to speak it. So this becomes 13, and this becomes 13. 13 is altered current to altered current. It becomes S and S at the end. They're 19, 19, 38, and 38 is the queen, the woman, the altered current of the female. So it becomes 44. 7 and 6 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 1 and 3 is 4. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 3 is 4. Becomes DC, DC, and becomes 77 inside of this over here. 77 is the Christ. 4 is the passage. 476 says God. 4 is D. 7 is G. The 15th letter is O. And that's 6. 764 says God. She is the queen. She has the birthright. 84. 08. 08 becomes 68, becomes 14, becomes 5, and this becomes 5 and 3, electric company. 6 and 8 is 14, becomes 5. This becomes 3. 5, 3, electric company, and 8 and 4, 12. It was over here. And carry the 1 is 9 and 2. Now, if you do it with this being a 6, this would be 12, 2 going over here. And this would be 6 and 8 is 14, carry the 1 is 15. It becomes 152, and that would be the memory that is carried in Pluto between the twin systems because it takes the water to travel the memory, right? Water, oil, salt, Neptune, the carrier of that, which is inside the spirit because Magic Square says we switch 8 for 1. 1 and 8 becomes Mercury, becomes A. 8 becomes H. A and H are the first 2 and only A sounding letters in the alphabet. It's H, hard, and A, hard. And sometimes when you have a question, the question is, but that would be like E and H. So we come into the E world, we sound off the A, because what it is about the A and the E world is that A is in the middle, that creates the E from the numerological number of D. D, A, D, A, D, A, and this is what happens, D, A, and E, making the day of 5. Raphael sending you into a mountain of confusion. I had my cat make a phone call for me. I was responding to Mike, right? And my cat steps on the phone, presses the call button, and boom, I'm connected. So if you think the cats are not in our life, the mouse is running in our head. So before we make another move, right, let's say thank you very much, and it was a pleasant conversation. Have yourselves a nice day, and a nice day to you all. It's the Speedway out there. Let's move it. 500 on the go.